Okay, happy Wednesday. Oh my gosh, we are on week three of our summer team takeover series. I am Kristen Waringa, your National Executive Director host for tonight, joining you from Seattle, Washington. I love seeing all of your favorite summer drinks in the chat. This is so fun. I would have to say cold brew for me. Although, fun story, growing up, my dad used to always take a glass gallon jar and put it out in the sun with tea and do sun brewed tea. Has anybody had that? And it always makes me think of him when I make a sun brewed tea. So that's kind of a fun little nostalgic thing I like to drink and make sometimes in the summer. So very fun. Okay. Yeah, hard to do in Seattle. We don't get a lot of sun or really sunny days, but soon, hopefully. Okay, who's excited for tonight? Drop a excited word in the chat or just put excited if you're excited. I am. We have such a cool lineup. And just a few reminders, I'm gonna go over our agenda, kind of the format for the call, and then you guys are gonna hear from four amazing leaders, which is so exciting. They're ready, they're jazzed, and really I'm so thankful they're willing to share with you tonight and give of their time for all of us to learn. So we're going to kick off real quick after the reminders. You're going to hear from those four quick little snippet tips, about 5 minutes each from each speaker. And then we are going to move into a Power 30 for the second half of the call. That Power 30 is where you get to work for 30 minutes on anything you want, but even better if you take some of the tips you learned from one of our speakers and if you put them into action and if you implement them. Because how many of us will sit on calls and we consume the content, we consume the education, and then we don't go out and act on it, or we don't have the time set aside in our schedule to do that. So we're going to give you that time with a Power 30. And then we have two giveaways. So y'all remember what the giveaways are? They're the same giveaways every week, but I thought I would just review them for you. So the first giveaway is everyone who is here live tonight with your camera on. That is the key, is to have your camera on. You are entered into our giveaway. And so I will announce that winner before we hit our Power 30, about the midway point. And the second giveaway is for our Google form with the code word, which I will also give you kind of in the middle of the call before we hit our Power 30. And you're going to fill out that Google form and you're going to put week three, because today is week three, and Kristen Waringa. If I am your upline, or select your other upline, it looks like this. If y'all, how many of you have filled this out? Has anyone filled out the Google form from prior weeks? But this is how you get in to get another giveaway. So you select your national executive, not me. Even though I'm the speaker, you select yours, and then what week we're on. We are on week three. Okay, so I will put this link in the chat later for you to fill that out. And who's ready? Let's go, okay? Let's get on with it. Well, welcome aboard this week. I'm so excited. It's your Passport to
Why can't I put
Success
this on
week.
speaker?
So we're really talking about all the things that you can do in your journey for your passport to success. Like, we're cleared for takeoff. Tonight's crew of powerhouse speakers, like, think of them as your flight attendants, kind of like heading to new altitudes in your business. So buckle up, grab your notebooks, get ready for some serious in-flight inspiration. All of the resources that they share, if they share anything like Google Links or Google Forms, I'm going to put that in the description of the replay on the YouTube. So if you're like, where is the resource that they suggested or that they talked about, it will be in the description on the YouTube link for the replay in the Summer Team Takeoff Facebook group. Okay. So lots of questions sometimes about those resources. So let's kick it off. We are going to start with the one and only amazing Katie Schuss. Katie, you are up, my friend.
Oh, goodness. Um, so I'm going to talk about the importance of doing your end of party functions. And for me, that is Friday and Saturday are my biggest order days typically because of this. So first thing I do on Friday mornings, some of this is little time consuming. So carve out an hour or two, I guess, depending on how many parties you're running. And I do Facebook parties. So on Friday morning, I send a message to all my guests and I just tell them that the party's wrapping up, just seeing if they have any questions and if they want to place an order and or book a party to help their host. So I try to get all of those out first thing in the morning. I know that's Facebook Messenger is kind of problematic for some people. So obviously this only works if you're able to send messages. And then I post in the party also a goal post. And basically even if they're at like 150, I will say that the host is $200 away from their goal. And then I will include the link in that post and then like an image that just says that we're so close, almost there. And then in the comments, I tag everybody on that post. And then on Saturdays, I kind of do a similar post, but I do that is the day I announce my raffle winner. And so I post that another kind of goalpost and I say again where obviously they'll probably have orders come in Friday and so I say they're within 50 to 100 of their goal in that post as well. And then I will actually go in and look and see who all has ordered. And in the comments of that post, I individually tag people and I only tag the people that have not ordered. And then let's see. Oh, and then I also have the host post something to her main Facebook page and not in her group. And it's basically just some words that says, I'm so close to my goal, my Pampered Chef party, just wondering if you need anything. And it has some words, and then it's like an image of a cup slicer. And it's actually funny because so many people actually order the cup slicer, but a lot of times I get a lot more orders. People forget and that kind of stuff. So it's really just a matter of reaching out to everybody if you can on those last 2 days, because I know personally, I usually always wait till the very end of the party to order as well, and sometimes that gets away from you. So it's just super important to do that end of party stuff because that is where the big bucks usually are. And that's where the majority of my orders come in every single week are Friday and Saturday.
I love it. Fabulous. Good, good. Y'all, so just so you know about Katie, she's a director. She's been with Pamper Chef since 2021, and she averages this year so far, she's averaged 10,000 in sales every single month. So if you want to have a good month, definitely follow some of these tips that Katie is giving you. Katie, how many parties on average do you do each week?
Usually 8 to 10 each week, if my schedule is the way I want it to be. That's what I have allotted is 8 to 10 parties a week.
Perfect. And then someone mentioned in the chat that they missed kind of like your first tip. Do
Okay.
you just kind of mention what that one was again?
Yeah, on Friday mornings, I will reach out to all of the guests in the party through Messenger on Facebook, and I will tell them that, we're wrapping up the party, just seeing if they had any questions, wanted to place an order, and also if they'd like to book a party to help the host reach her, unlock that next bonus that she can get for her 3 party bookings.
Perfect. I love it. Okay. And then really quick before we move on to our next speaker, because I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh my gosh, I'd love to have that many parties, or I would love to be selling $10,000 on average every single month. Not
Yeah.
just that, but Katie also has recruited, I think 17 already this year, 17. So that is like director team 3 times, because you need five to be director, right? So, what are you doing to like fill your calendar with those bookings? And I know right now it's kind of like hit and miss with Facebook sometimes. So as far as like restrictions that Facebook gives us, so can you give like a tip or two on keeping your calendar full?
Yeah, so I would say 95% of my bookings come from parties. I do a post early to midweek. I mean, it's usually Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's just like an everyone's a winner post. And so I post it in the party, and I actually don't do a welcome post. You know how you can tag everybody in the welcome post from the beginning. I wait and I use that welcome feature for this post so that everybody does get tagged. Um, and so I just have like some wording that I'm feeling extra generous and I want everyone to go home a winner. And so I post that in an image and then I include my messenger link and I tell them that they have to send me a message with their host's name and then I have some verbiage that I can share as well that's basically everybody's a winner. I want to offer you an e-cookbook and I give them a choice of what they would like and then ask if they'd like to upgrade that for a pantry item. I usually give them a seasoning or a mix if they'd like to host their own party. And obviously, gift choices are whatever you want them to be. So those are just the things I offer right now. And so that is right now currently where I get the majority of my bookings is from that upgrade and from people reaching out to me because I also have a hard time getting a ton of messages out daily. So anything you can do in the party to have them message you is fantastic.
Yeah, and that answers some of the questions in the chat, like how do you get them to message you, or if you're restricted on messages. What do you do for people that are ignoring you? Like any tips or suggestions on that?
So I started sending them a voice clip. I just recorded a voice clip and save it in my phone so that it's not specific to their name. It's just kind of, and it's different. So people tend to open those for whatever reason. So it's just like, hey, just checking in to see if you saw my last message. Let me know either way what you'd like to do. And so that sometimes, and then if they ignore that, I also send an image, like a picture I just created in Canva, just saying, hey, just checking, kind of like, I don't even remember what it says, something like just checking in again and just let me know if you see this. And a lot of times, that second and third message, people are like, oh my gosh, I never even saw this. And so
Yeah,
it is a fact. Like they just don't see them until you kind of keep bothering them, you
yeah,
know? So,
totally.
yep.
Okay, well, I love it. I know we won't might maybe not get to all the questions in the chat. Trying to get to as many as we can, but I want to make sure we have time for other speakers as well. So thank you so much, Katie.
Yeah.
Super appreciate guys. Give her some love in the chat. Next up we have Aaryn Bishop, and I'm really excited to introduce Aaryn. She's an advanced instructor with us. She's been with Pampered Chef since 2018. That is 7 years, y'all. So if you want to like think about like, okay, how am I going to be here for 7 years? Listen to some of Aaryn's tips tonight. And last year at conference, she was recognized as a Founders Award Achiever, which means she was in the top 20 in the entire company. So listen up, and Aaryn, take it away for us.
Thanks for asking me to share, Kristen. It's kind of perfect because we're talking about follow-up messages. I'm really excited to share about one of the tools that's become my passport to success in this business, and that is my master bookings tracker. I will say that I did not create this on my own. It was shared within our organization, but I took it and ran with it. And it really has helped my business immensely. So when we don't have a plan or our follow-up process is weak, then it feels like we're trying to navigate a new city without a map, right? So messages get buried, we forget who we've talked to, people fall through the cracks. That I've been there. I used to be really good about sending follow-up messages, but I would only send one follow-up, and that entailed me, sending the original message and then scrolling back through all of the messages and sending a follow-up. And I know that I missed a lot of people that way. So I've taken on using a system that helps me to stay on course. And it only takes me about 5 to 10 minutes a day, but I do touch it each day. And instead of batching my follow-up by like category or by week, I batch them by day. So every day I just open my tracker. It tells me exactly who to message based on when I first added them. And you may be wondering who I add to this tracker. This is all Facebook Messenger. So anyone I've sent a booking message to for that day goes in this tracker. That may be my Everyone's a Winner post, like Katie shared, birthday messages, the booking messages that I send to everyone at the end of my party weeks. Um, Anybody that I ask to book a party in Facebook Messenger goes on this tracker. And then the follow-up dates in my spreadsheet will auto-populate for me. So there's no second guessing or trying to remember where I left off in my thread of messages like I used to do. And even better than that, each name that I add to my sheet is hyperlinked directly to my message thread with them. So I just open my tracker, click their name, and then I send the next message and I move down the list. It's like following turn by turn directions instead of wandering in circles. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I think I can do that here. Um, can you guys see that okay?
Yep.
Okay. So as you can see here, no, I lost my other screen. I'm working with two screens and you're all over the place. Okay, so this is what the master bookings tracker looks like. These are the booking messages that I've sent out today. And basically what I did is, I entered today's date and then these dates populated. So let me just change this to show you what I mean. if I had sent this a couple days ago, I hit enter and you can see 6/18, 6/25, 7/25. So those dates are automatically plugged in for me. And then what I do each day is I send over the course of my communication with each person, I'm sending up to 3 follow-up messages. So um, the statistics show, and I'm not sure where I'm, somebody came up with these statistics, and they have been pretty true. So your first booking message will likely get a 2% response rate. The first follow-up is 3%. I have this over here. Hang on just a second. The second follow-up is 5%, and the final follow-up is a 90% response rate. So the fortune is truly in the follow-up. Um, so you can see I've entered my dates here, and then all I do each day, I have all of my weeks down here across the bottom. You guys see those okay? Um, so like this morning, I went in and I sent everybody that I have listed here the first follow-up message. And then I went back a couple days and found where, let's see, I didn't have anybody send to a second follow-up message to today. And then I went back one more. There we go. And then I sent all of these people their third follow-up. So it's really simple. I just open it, I find today's date, and I send the message. And like I said, these are hyperlinked, so I can just hover over the person's name and then click the hyperlink, and it will open. It'll take me right to their messenger. It's taking forever to load. But that makes it pretty streamlined. And also, I've shared this across my organization as well. And I've plugged everything in here on the right. So um, the first follow-up message is just a simple, hi, just checking in to see if you received my last message. I know how finicky Facebook can be about hiding messages. Hope to hear back from you soon. The second follow-up I send 7 days after the first follow-up. And I say, hi, I just wanted to circle back around because I only have one spot left for the week of June 30th. I wanted to check in before it fills up in case you wanted to snag that date and send over a fun little cookbook that everyone has been enjoying. And I attached one of our summer e-cookbooks. Would you like me to save the week of June 30th for you before it's gone? And then the final follow-up that I send is 30 days after that second follow-up. So a whole month later, I touch them again and I say, hi, these dates have already passed, but that's okay. I'm booking for June now. And I wanted to share what's on sale for hosts. I'd love to help you get some goodies off your wish list for free or super discounted or something that catches your eye that's on sale. My next available date is the week of June 30th. Can I save that date for you? Also, I don't want to be a neg, so definitely let me know either way, and I can take you off my follow-up list if it's not something you're ever interested in. And that message truly does get a higher response rate than all of the others. I also attached the monthly host special with that message. So very much plug and go, mindless, brainless. Like if you have an assistant that helps you, this is something you could have them do. Um, but I mean, this is a non-negotiable. I do it every day, and I make sure I send these follow-up messages out. I'm trying to think if I missed anything on there. Um, I shared I have the 3 follow-up touch points. Oh, the other thing I wanted to share is I prefer to do this from my laptop or desktop. So to make it even quicker, instead of having to copy and paste that column every time, or the words over here on the right, I have a text replacement app called Beef Text on my laptop. It's not an app, it's a website, and I downloaded this system. And so it's basically like a text replacement that you would use on your phone, but I use it on my computer. So I can type in, hashtag touchpoint3, and it's going to auto-populate my message real quick into that box. So that's just kind of an added bonus. But truly, the fortune really is in the follow-up. I've booked so many more parties using this tracker than I ever would have if I was willy-nillying or, guessing who to message next. So it's helped me avoid people falling through the cracks, made follow-up easy and productive instead of overwhelming. It's just mindless work, like I mentioned before. So if you're looking for a simple system to help you get where you want to go in your business, this may just be the thing. And I'm happy to share the link to a blank tracker. I'll pop it in the comments or the chat here, and then I'm sure Kristen will take it and share it as well.
Yeah, awesome. There is one in there too. If you guys scroll up a bit, I posted one in there. There are a couple questions. Thank you so much, Aaryn. Super helpful. Do
Sure.
you use Business Messenger and your personal messenger? Like, if so, like, how do you keep track of where you message each guest? Or like, some people are sending a booking ask in text message versus like maybe Facebook Messenger. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So I don't use my business messenger. People will reach out to me on that. But like the Everyone's a Winner post that I do in my parties that Katie shared about is my personal messenger. I do check my business messenger, but for the most part, they're messaging me on my personal. And then as far as text messages, I use Project Broadcast for all of my customer care. Anyone that orders anything through a party, they do get a thank you text from me that includes a booking message. And I have a separate spreadsheet that I track those in. Um, so, I mean, I'm not adding those people to my master bookings tracker, but I do add them to my thank you text or my thank you spreadsheet. And then when I'm sending, just for example, when I'm sending my booking messages at the end of the week, I will reference my thank you text spreadsheet to see if they ordered and if I've already sent them a booking ask. I'm not going to send them another booking ask on Messenger. That clears
Okay.
that up.
Awesome. That's helpful. Another question is like, okay, so you have people that maybe don't see your message or aren't responding. Do you still send them follow up, like the second follow up? Do you still send them the third follow up, like even though they're not seeing it? And then someone else mentioned that like sometimes they just get so restricted on how many messages that they can send. So if you are restricted, are you like choosing to not send to the ones who haven't seen it? Like how do you prioritize that too if your messages are limited?
Okay, so I forgot the first thing you asked.
If
But
they don't respond or see it, do you keep
oh,
sending?
yep, if they're on my master bookings spreadsheet, they will get three three follow-up messages no matter what, even if they're not seeing my message. And for some reason, I'm not restricted on sending follow-up messages. If I've already sent them one message, it will let me continue to send my follow-up messages, even if they don't see it. However, when I'm sending my booking messages at the end of my party weeks, I'm limited to 10 messages a day. So I go down my list. I start sending my parties run Monday through Friday, and then I extend through the weekend. So I start sending booking messages to that week's party group on Wednesday, and I get my 10 a day, and sometimes it runs into the next week, depending on how many parties I'm running per week. Um, but yeah, they're all getting booking messages, and I still am able to get through them, even if it takes me a little bit longer. But I don't really choose who I'm sending them to. I just send my 10 when it tells me to stop, then I continue the next day after my block is over. It's like a 24-hour block. Um, and I'll say that I am not limited in sending my birthday messages. So that's another non-negotiable I send every week is birthday messages for the month. I take one week at a time. And because they're on my friends list and I'm seeing that they have a birthday coming up, I can send as many as those as I want.
I love
So
it.
that's another way to get your messages out if you're restricted and you need bookings.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I know we have some questions in the chat and we also have two more speakers to get through. I love that y'all are helping each other in the chat. So thank you. Keep that up. Aaryn, if you have a minute too to pop through the chat and answer any questions that you see, great. Thank you so much. And let's move on to our next speaker. So Morgan Hayline. I'm so excited for you guys to hear from Morgan. It's a funny story. Morgan and I met at a vendor event. And she welcomed me at this vendor event because I was going to vend and she was organizing the event or helping with it. And she's like, "Can I help you load and unload some of your stuff?" She was super sweet. And then at the end of like helping me unload and everything, she's like, "I'm on your team." And I'm like, "What?" So it was really fun to meet her in person, like roundabout way. She was, within a few layers down into the generations. But Morgan has been a paper chef since 2021. She's a director. And what I love so much about Morgan is she is always thinking about ways to service her customers. And she's consistently green as a director team. And she's always thinking outside the box in new things. And she's so smart. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear from Morgan tonight. Morgan, go ahead and take it away.
Oh my goodness, I'm so smart. I love to hear that. Hi, everybody. So I get to talk about planning and going along with Kristen's theme for this week, you wouldn't go to Paris without planning, right? You wouldn't just show up. You got to book your flight. You got to book your hotel. You don't just show up and say, "Okay, museum, I'm ready." Tickets will be sold out. You're going to miss your chance. And so I feel like that's the same thing that I've learned with Pampered Chef, that we don't just wait around for things to happen. Since I became a director, our group meets once a month and we do planning calls, and they have been the best thing for me because I stopped looking at just the 2 weeks in front of me and started looking at the month and 2 months and 3 months. And when we're on those calls, we talk about what holidays are coming up, what the host special is, what's the guest special, what tools are Pampered Chef giving us as far as sales go. And it just really helps me and us think, and we all brainstorm and we talk about what we're doing. And so um, I have noticed in the last couple summers is, of course, it gets busy. Like the kids are home and we're traveling, we're doing vacation. And like Kristen said, I live in Washington. So we have 3 months of summer and we're going to use it or else the good weather goes. So things come up. And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I missed that sale." Or all of a sudden, "I want to do an event, but I don't have time to order supplies." So everything comes down to planning. And in May, I don't know. I mean, the best way I can explain it is I'm just going to share how I've approached this summer. So in May, I took a look at my summer. I took a look at what I have coming and what do I normally do with Pampered Chef now that I've been doing things for a little while. And I realized, oh, well, I always offer in July a VIP shared rewards event. I can't. Yes, you can. Okay. Sorry. I always offer a Christmas in July shared rewards event just to give back to my VIP group on Facebook. But I mean, that was kind of all I had on the books. And I love in-person parties. I didn't have anything on the books. So, like Kristen said, I'm always trying to think out of the box. What can I do? Um, so, anyways, in May, we were having the Memorial Day sale. So I thought, well, let's generate some sales. I know I'm going to keep backing up because we're all thinking about different things we can do. Everybody's offering texting parties. Everybody wants to offer workshops. What can we give back to our group and our community? Not just always asking for sales. So we had the Memorial Day sale coming up, and I thought, well, I'm going to do a Memorial Mystery Host text party with my Project Broadcast. And you don't have to have Project Broadcast. You can just use your phone and go to Consultant Corner and pull up your contacts and text people or however you want to go about it. But this is what I chose to do. I chose a link that already had some sales on it. I always as a consultant, I have shopping links available. So I was able to offer people in the mystery host sales and rewards. And then what else happened in May? New products came out. So I just made the text party all about new products. And it was a success. So that was what I did there. Also thinking ahead, I want to do more texting workshops. So it was also a way to test that out. And I thought, well, this went really well. What can I do for June? Um, and so I want to have something in person at my house. So I came up with the idea of a guacamole workshop because Pampered Chef puts together the everything but the guac kit. Comes with the guac serve and save, the masher, seasoning, and avocado scoop. So I put that together in a bundle and offered to my local contacts. So, before I was reaching all of my project broadcasts, but now I'm going to make it more personal and I'm just focusing on local so that I'm not pushing everybody so much because we want to use all of our different resources, our virtual platforms, our project broadcast platform, blah, blah, blah. So I did a guac workshop at my house, but I had to plan because I had to get people to um, get the package that I was offering and order supplies. And I did it just right. They all came a day before the party. I was a little nervous, but it made it. And the guac party went great. I had 6 people sign up, 5 people showed up, 4 people wanted to order. I did a shared rewards party right there. They all ended up saving 15%. I sold 2 of the new kids boxes and booked an in-house party. So um, by not having in-house parties on the schedule, I had one of my own and now I have one coming up. So that worked out really well. And then for June, starting tomorrow, I am offering a summer survival text party. So it is a no-buy event, and I've got 50 people signed up for it already. And I'm just going to offer, the kids are home. What do we do now? So I only marketed it towards parents, grandparents, and people that have kids. And so I'm going to give tips and tricks on what to do this summer. And it's no buy, but I'm going to definitely splash Pampered Chef products all over it. And maybe they will want to offer that to their friends. Maybe I'll, reach out and see if that leads to more bookings. Looking ahead, I want to do, now that I did the guac workshop, I'm going to do kids class at my house. So I have now booked a kids cooking class in July when I get back from vacation that next week. So I had to look at when am I here, when am I not? And I just started advertising that, and I've got some people signed up. So I've got that coming up in June and or in July, I'm sorry. And then but I need to order supplies, right? So there's the planning part so that they can have what they need. And part of the package I put together includes the cup slicer, what's going on sale here in a couple weeks, the cup slicer. So that will help me save money and save them money and buying supplies for my workshop coming up. And then I have my Christmas in July that I'll do for my Facebook. I'll give Project Broadcast a break. And then in August, I want to offer an ovenless cooking workshop. So it's going to be hot, and I want to give tips and tricks on how to do that. Another no-buy event, just a way to give back. And I forgot to mention in all of this back and forth, I've booked some parties through Project Broadcast because I'm all of a sudden sending them some messages, and it's easy to follow up with that. And then I want to do another kids cooking class in August. So I don't have that really worked out yet, but I want to try and keep it going while kids are home from school. And then in September, I'm going to do another workshop where it's easy weeknight meals. So kids are going back to school, and I want to give tips on how to help moms and how to help, because I'm a mom, right? So that's my kind of my audience, right? And that's who I can relate to. So that's what I'm focusing on. But you might find another audience that relates more to what you're going through in September. So I'm going to offer that and maybe try and fit in another kids cooking class. Since I'm a mom and I'm connected to an elementary school, You better believe it. I saved all of my phone numbers to everyone that came to my kid's birthday party because I'm gonna tell them that I'm offering all these classes. So, anyways, I know that bled out into brainstorming ideas, but it all comes down to planning, and I'm like so stress-free a little bit now, knowing moving into the busy summer because I have a plan and it's all in my schedule and it's all in my husband's schedule, so we know what's happening and I feel confident that I can keep things moving.
I love it. I love it. I told you all she's creative and thinking outside the box. Thank you so much, Morgan, for sharing. We do have a few questions. Someone's asking how much the package was for the guac, that guac workshop.
I did $45, so that includes supplies, right? So I have to buy all the guacamole things to make. And what I did was I wanted people to get creative. So I had a lot of different options for them to use, and I offered them 3 different recipes to follow if they wanted to. Or they could just come for $10 to help cover supplies. And I had one person do that. Everyone else spent the 45 to get the products. And so I had them there waiting for them. Same with the kids cooking class. I'm offering it for 35 and I put together the cup slicer, the safe cutter, and a mini um, scraper, one of the mix and scrapers. So they can get that for 35. They can do an extra $10 to get the apron, or they can just do $10 for ingredients. So I'll, you know, go that route.
I love it. Yep, so the guests pay for the products, it ships to your house. They use the product there while they're there for the workshop, and then they take them home at the end. Perfect. That
Yep.
was a question in the chat. Good. Okay, we still have another speaker for you guys. Oh my gosh, so many great ideas. And Morgan, feel free to go through and answer any questions if you have an extra minute at the end here. And I know there's some other questions and like sharing of resources and stuff like that. So we are happy to share resources. We are an organization that is willing to share as much as we can. Not like sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, can you just like give me, right? Like we want to help as much as we can. So where we can, the leaders can go in and share maybe extra resources, or if they don't have them, maybe your team might have them, like summer in July, for example. Some people are asking about that. Your director or your organization might also have some info on that. So you could say, hey, like I heard about this idea and I wanted more information. If we didn't have time to cover it or we didn't have time to get to it in the chat, feel free to reach out to your organization, your national executive director. We're all willing to help share ideas and resources there too. Okay, we still have another speaker. We're not going to have Power 30 today. We're going to have like Power 15 to work here at the end. But it's so great because I hope you guys are getting some good tips and suggestions. So give Morgan some love in the chat, you guys. Okay, our last and final speaker is the one and only amazing Karen Wank. Karen is incredibly amazing. She actually just recently was featured on our Pampered Chef Live on Tuesday nights. Pampered Chef selected her and picked her. She's so great with her demos. I'm really excited for you guys to hear from her. And fun fact, right now she's top 3 in our entire organization for trip points, and she has nearly 70,000 trip points. Probably has 70,000 now. So she's within our top 3 for our trip points right now with our organization. So she's really rocking her business. So Karen, I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away.
Well, thank you. We heard some amazing tips tonight, and my talk is a little bit different. Mine is we head to the lake a lot through the summer, so we are on the go, and my business does not stop when we're on the go. So I'm going to kind of share with you what I do. So just like you pack your suitcase to go somewhere, you're going to pack your tools. So your phone or your laptop, bring a demo along. My camper is filled with Pampered Chef, thanks to this business. So I always bring my tripod along. So I'm always doing lives or little tidbits there to show that this business goes everywhere and Pampered Chef goes everywhere. So as a consultant, you can do this anywhere, and also our products can be used anywhere. So I always have my backpack right by my desk. It is always ready to go. So when my husband says we're going to the lake, we're going to the lake. I just grab my binder with all of my notes in it, everything I need. My light, my tripod is in there, and we are off. So you want to still be in front of your guests even though you're gone. So snap pictures of short videos of your meals or road trip snacks. I bring the prep and store for my fruit every time I go to the lake. It's in my camper refrigerator. It's at my refrigerator at home. It stays refrigerated as we drive to the lake. I tell this all to my customers. You're sharing it as you go. You share it in your VIP group, and show how PC fits into any lifestyle. You can always like do a little caption that says, business on the go, goals on the grow, something like that, just to share things. Also, while you're away, you can host a vacation vibes pop-up party. Like you can run a quick 3 to 5 day Facebook party while traveling, theme it around tropical vibes, road trip eats, and poolside bites. You can keep it light, visual, fun, and perfect for summer engagement. Also, schedule smart. Plan and schedule posts in advance using Facebook scheduling or a tool like Post My Party. That way, your business keeps running while you're enjoying the sights. So I love to be out on the boat and I get a message that says I have a sale and I wasn't even doing anything. I was just sitting on the boat. So it's great to keep things going. You're always meeting new contacts. So you guys wear your PC gear everywhere. Luggage tags with a QR code, your shirts, and I even made a can koozie with my business. So you just never know. I was wearing my shirt in the grocery store at the lake, and a lady said, "Pampered Chef." I didn't even know that was still around. So you just never know. When I was on the plane the other day, somebody said, "Pampered Chef, I'm having a party this week." We were at a house rental this week. And like I said, I had these can koozies made up. And I left one at the rental. So my QR code is on there. You just never know when anybody may see that. So it's always out there. You can always have like quick, natural, like elevator chat ready. So you can always try something like, I get to earn free trips through my side gig with Pampered Chef. Ever heard of it? Always have a link to your VIP group and a digital catalog ready. Also, highlight the flexibility Pampered Chef gives you. Show your feet in the sand. Captions like running my business while soaking up the sun. Now that's freedom. You can always be posting that out there. Every time I am at the lake and I am sitting around the water, if I have my laptop doing any business there, I am snapping a picture saying how I do this on the go and it works so well with our life. You can offer a travel themed booking special. You can get creative with a fun incentive like, host a party while I'm on the road and get a free travel size kitchen tool with your rewards. It could be something like a seasoning, a paring knife, or even like our mini scraper or mini whisk. Example, I was in Disney last week, as many of you were, and I posted in my VIP group that I wanted help running my business while I'm gone. So I asked members to share a picture of what they're cooking, what products they used, share recipes or any kitchen tips they had. Anyone who posted got an entry for a brand new product. I do this every year when I'm at conference as well. And you better believe that anybody that posts to help run my business, I am reaching out as a recruit because they already ran the business for me this week, so I know they can do it. And that just keeps things posting in there and it keeps your VIP active, but it also gets them kind of involved in it. You can also like create or use a little passport tracker through the summer for an image for your goals like parties booked, sales earned, and new team members that join, and share the progress with your team through the summer and even kind of make it a challenge. So that's kind of something fun through the summer to keep your team still active and not just blow off the summer. You can also record like a little message to either like your team or even a potential host like, "Hey, I'm, at Nashville right now," or something. "And I just had a host close their party with over 200 free products while I was sightseeing. Like, is that something you would enjoy doing too?" Or something like that. Always end a post with an invite. "This business travels with me and it can for you too. Want to explore the Pampered Chef opportunity this summer." There's always a way to show people that you're still doing this and they can too. There's all kinds of ways that you can start up conversations. So if you kind of plan ahead a little bit, so you're not kind of caught off guard, but like you're at the grocery store, you can always say, "Oh, that's a great choice. I actually share quick meals through Pampered Chef. Have you ever heard of it?" Um, Also, the good part is like if they're in the fruit section, because I always think the fruit section is the easy part. Like I see you have, whatever in your cart. Pampered Chef has a tool that's a lifesaver. I use it all the time. Do you like to cook? This would be like an example if they're like getting pineapple and you have like the pineapple wedger. And you can always mention that this is a great tool Pampered Chef has that helps cut pineapple. Or if you're getting strawberries, you can go about that cup slicer because that's coming up on sale here soon. So it's always a great way to chat in line and kind of showing what you love. Also, if you are like in the elevator and somebody asks you like what you do, or they're always saying how busy they are, you can say, "I run a fun side hustle with Pampered Chef. It travels with me wherever I go. Have you ever heard of it?" And then also like if somebody compliments like your PC gear, like your shirt, your hat, anything like that, you can say, "Thanks, I got this through Pampered Chef. It's a part of what I do. Would you like a quick dinner tip?" And then that would be like a great way to get like their contact info. Also, a great icebreaker is I get to earn fun rewards and trips by helping people with easy meals. Have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? Or I help busy families make mealtime easier. I'd love to share a recipe or tip. Can I text you one? That's always a great way. So my main tip is always share a QR code anywhere you go. Like I put a QR code on the back of my car, and I was actually driving through town the other day, and a lady texted me, somebody that I know but did not recognize my car, and she texted me at the stoplight and said, "Oh, you got me." I had to take a picture of your QR code to see what it was all about. So you just never know where you're advertising. Summer, things do not shut down. So keep that business going through the summer, even while you're still enjoying it. So I hope that gave you a little spark of what you can do this summer.
I love it. Oh my gosh, guys, so many good ideas. Are you all just like furiously taking notes? Karen is the master at talking about her business with like almost anybody. Like she could go out, I mean, just listening to her and like the little tips of how she like starts those conversations. Business is everywhere. We just have to be comfortable enough with getting uncomfortable to start talking with people about our business, right? So, Karen, thank you so, so much. All right. Oh, we have 12 minutes to work our business. I'm gonna give you two things really quick before we work. And Karen, if you have another extra minute or so, there's maybe some questions in the chat if you're willing to go through and respond to those. Guys, give all four ladies a huge round of applause tonight. Like they've given up their time, given up their resources. I'm so thankful for them. Okay, so we have our winners and our code word. Okay, so our first winner for our giveaway for being on live tonight with your camera on, drum roll, is Lori Turner. Whoop whoop! Congratulations, Lori. Stay tuned, Lori. I will connect with you to get your prize to you. And our code word, are y'all ready for it? It is jet setter, right? Because we are on our passport to a success journey. And so you're going to put that code word into the Google form for tonight. I just put that in the chat for you. Jet setter is our code word for week 3. Okay, I'm going to turn on just a little bit of tunes and let's get to work. Let's get something done here in these next 11, 12 minutes and just do like a little power 10 and get some work done and apply what you've learned tonight. All right. So how about it? Get to work. I will turn some music on.
Your legs and arms, ooh, I can get enough. You know you could tear me apart, put me back together and take my heart. I never thought that I could love this hard. Ooh, I can get enough. Ooh, you got me feeling like I wanna be that guy. I wanna kiss your eyes, I wanna drink that smile, I wanna feel like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. always knew I couldn't stay. So I had a dream that I just fly away. I've been on my own for a minute. Is it only me out here? Searching for the place to begin it. Is it me? Is it you? Is it fear? Standing on the line I was given. People stare and ask me why I'm here. No one seems to think that I fit in, that I don't wanna be like them. No, guess I don't wanna be like them. Guess I know that I had a dream that someday I would just fly away. And I always knew I couldn't stay. So I had a dream that I just fly away, away. Oh, 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 I fly away. Oh, oh, I fly away. No one knew how low I was feeling. I was scared to reach for it all, knowing I was here for a reason. But I was scared that if I tried, I'd fall. So where do I go now that I'm in it? I never thought it'd be like this. Dreaming all my life and I did it. Thought the grass was greener than it is. 'Cause I had a dream that someday I would just fly away. And I always knew I couldn't stay. So I had a dream that I just fly away, away. Oh, 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 I fly away. Oh, I fly away. 'Cause I had a dream that someday I would just fly away. And I always knew I couldn't stay. So I had a dream that I just fly away, away.
Should've known it, should've seen it. It was screaming all this time. I was alone, a rolling stone. I couldn't see you in the light. You were hiding, I was blinding like a lightning in my sky. And I have been waiting all this time. Hey, 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 who do you love? Come on and tell me, who do you love? And if you're asking who I'm thinking of, who do I love? It's you. Who do you love? Who's got you dreaming when you wake up? And after all is said and done, who's the one? Who do I love? It's you, it's you, it's you. It's you. Who do you love? Who's the one? Who do I love? It's you, it's you. Took a moment till I knew it. Didn't lose you just in time. Had some fun out on the run, but baby, you're on my finish line. Hey, what a feeling, what a reason.
for being here tonight. I hope this was chock full of ideas and golden nuggets for you. And we will see y'all next Wednesday. So make sure you get that on your calendar and hear from another organization for Summer Team Takeover. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your night.